theaters to open because they're not going to open because America sucks.
Well, let me finish real quick. This RP Grinders, I'm on with Eric. This is Frank. We're just doing a little pre-show banter. We're talking RoboCop and other movies that are in flux because of this virus. Oh shit! I gotta.
That was me.
Okay, cool. Lots of stuff to talk about today. Next week is episode 600. So if you're listening on the archives, make sure you join us live next week, 7 Eastern, twitch.tv/RPGrinders. I'll be giving away a video game of your choice, whether it's PC, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, whatever. So that should be a ton of fun. I'm also giving away a $25 gift card to the archive listeners. So if you are an archive listener and aren't able to join live, you'll have a chance to win something as well. Next week, Eric, I didn't get a chance to talk to you much about this, but might as well tell you now. Keep it light on the news because we're going to be doing these brackets for the best cartoon of all time. We're going to have 64 entrants.
So I don't think there'll be any problem with that. I mean, I barely found the news this week.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. So if you're interested in participating, tweet at RPGrinders with your favorite cartoon. We'll throw them in the bracket. We need 64 cartoons. So whether it's new, whether it's old, let us know, and we'll throw it in the bracket and discuss, and we'll come up with a winner. So it should be fun next week. It'll be a little different show, our 600th episode. Wow. Eric, how many years is that, man? Like 12? Over 12? 600 episodes. Wyland's in chat. What's up, Wyland? Let us know if you can hear us, dude. We're just doing a little pre-show banter. Lots to talk about on the show today. Let's see. I'm looking at the news. We got a little bit of news. It's not a ton, but we do have some news. Thanks, Wyland. Appreciate for the confirmation there. Hopefully you'll be here next week, Wyland. Episode 600, giving away a video game. Brush up on your horror trivia, man. Old school horror trivia. I'll tell you that. I don't want to give you any more than that, but that and it should be fun. Let's see. News is interesting. We got a few interesting news tidbits for you all. I see the Xbox got a nice little free sale for some anime, so that's pretty cool. Deadly Premonition 2, I heard that was pretty good, man. So I know
despite issues.
Yeah, I mean the first game was like shit but good. You know what I mean? It's like
and the ports got worse with regards to technical issues.
Yeah.
But they eventually fixed those too.
Yeah. We're waiting on Breakman to join, as always. But like I beat a game, so I'll review. Oh shit, I gotta put that in my reviews. I got tons of reviews today. I think yours are old, Eric. So.
Yeah.
Might want to take those out. Let's see. Plague Tale.
Hold on.
Plague Tale. I played and beat Plague Tale, so you guys are going to want to stick around for my review of Plague Tale Innocence. Yeah. I don't want to spoil things, but it was worth the money. Let me tell you that. Got to the quote game portion right before you went live. Yeah, the quote game portion. Hey, but that's the charm of that quote game, Wyland. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, Wyland, really would like you to be there next week, dude. 600 episodes, dude. Can you believe that, Wyland? And I think Wyland was there from the get. Wyland, who else? Dungeon for sure. Freak joined a little bit later, but he's been there for quite a good chunk of time. But Wyland and Dungeon are like the old school dudes for grinders, and all the way back to the All Games days. So that should be fun, man, to kind of reminisce a little bit about the old shows and how it's kind of evolved, and which, to be honest, we haven't changed much other than co-host. But Eric and I have been here pretty much from the beginning, so I know I have. Let's see. Stinko's, yeah, gonna want to stick around for that one. Um, what else we got? Oh, also, Free for All this week is going to be pretty fun. We're just going to be discussing cartoons for next week's bracket challenge. We have to come up with 64 cartoons and one cartoon to rule them all next week. So that should be a ton of fun. Give Breakman a good idea of what to put on his list. I'll have him copy down all these wholesome cartoons. I got a few of mine that I'd like to add to the list, but we'll discuss that. It's going to be a fun show next week. We're going to crown an all-time great cartoon. I know Wyland's probably like, oh yeah, I hope this is as good as your horror icons bracket. It'll be fun. It should be a ton of fun. I thought we had a ton of fun with that horror bracket, even though the nun kicked everybody's ass. It was surprising, Wyland. Like, honestly, I was surprised. But hey, next year might be a different story. We'll see. We'll definitely do that as a tradition. Coming up in October, I think I'll do that for the horror edition. Also, I've been thinking of doing different themed horror, or not horror, but different themed brackets, like all-time great theme songs or music from movies, stuff like that, like iconic. I was listening today, for instance, the Conan theme, man. That's an underrated theme, man. I like that quite a bit. Same thing with like Commando and other stuff like that. So that should be a ton of fun. I'll probably get copyrighted striked for that, but it's not like RPGrinders is making millions on YouTube, so who gives a shit at this point, to be quite honest. What's funny, Eric? Like, every time I play videos from Bandai Namco, I always get copyright strikes. Not strikes, but they.
Here's the deal. Evil Within 2 is $10 on Amazon.
I need Evil Within 1.
No.
I used to have that game.
You don't need it.
No, I know I don't need it, but I do need it because I want to play it.
I heard it's not that great though compared to 2.
Yeah, I know 2's better, but I still want to go through 1 before I go through 2. It's one of those things. I started 1. I enjoyed what little I played of it. It was kind of difficult, but I enjoyed what I played. There's not many more games that I need to play on the PS4, but that's one eventually I want to get to. But yeah, that should be some fun. See what else we got going on here. So yeah, let's talk about today, the news. Looks like we got news on Steel Rising, Werewolf the Apocalypse, which should be pretty awesome. Wyland says, I love seeing people on my Twitter feed wanting Microsoft to buy Warner Brothers games, not realizing that the game division is for sale, not the IPs. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, if they sell their game, I'm assuming they can make a deal for the IPs as well, Wyland. Because Warner Brothers fucking sucks, man. Like, they really do. They're trash, man. I mean, they really are. They fucked up the movie franchises. Their game division is all about microtransactions and other bullshit, which I know, like EA and a bunch of those other ones are the same way, but still, man, come on. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I know they've been in the market to try to sell them for a long time, but I think that goes to the idea that they really do need to include those IPs. They're not going to want, to do that. Yeah, I know they can generate free money on someone else's dime, but that's not how it works, Wyland. Like, business is business. If you want to sell your game division, you're gonna have to get rid of those IPs. So, maybe they can sweeten the pot with a little bit of money. But imagine if they license. Oh God, Wyland, why would you ruin everybody's life like that, man? EA would monetize everything. You want a weapon, you pay $5 for it. You want
They already monetized the hell out of MK11 anyway.
I
So
know, but let's not do that. I mean, seriously. Uh maybe.
that's why I refuse to play 11 because it's garbage.
It's not garbage. It looks fun, but the microtransactions are just
That's what I mean. It's garbage because they made it garbage.
yeah, yeah. No, it's a good game, but damn. Uh yeah, I don't know. I'm 100% they won't. We'll see, Wyland. Like, it depends. Like, if somebody like Microsoft with endless pockets comes in and says, we're not going to buy your game division unless you give us the IPs to go along with it, and we'll compensate you for it, fairly. Then they really deserve just to keep it and do whatever they're doing. I mean, they should sell it. I mean, they really don't care. I mean, it's obvious. It's way obvious. Warner Brothers is hurting, man. I know they, have all these money making.
Rest in peace, Golem game.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Or whatever that new Harry Potter game is.
I don't know, man. Yeah, they should. But they won't. It's that almighty dollar, man. If they're making money hand over fist, they're not going to be willing to sell it unless somebody blows them out of the water with a sweet deal. Which the only people that I can see doing that is Microsoft. Microsoft's the only one. AT&T's a shit company, man. Fuck AT&T. Yeah, I know AT&T is the one, but look, AT&T aren't video game makers. Neither are Warner Brothers, for that matter. So, they just like to publish and make that sweet, sweet cash. But I think they're hurting to the point where they're almost gonna have to. Yeah, somebody at Warner Brothers pissed off AT&T. I don't know how AT&T survived, man. They just got lucky. They survived a couple of perilous things. They bought out what was TCI, which is now Comcast, but they seem to reinvent themselves like all the time. Like they just survive. If you're just joining us, the show's RPGrinders. We haven't started yet. We're just discussing a little bit of video game stuff with Warner Brothers and EA and all those fucked up big companies that love microtransactions. Yeah, they are scorching earth for sure. I don't know what's going on over there. It does seem like some type of civil war going on over there, Wyland. I mean, that gives me reason to believe that they will sell that game division and maybe some of the IPs. Maybe not Mortal Kombat, but what little I know of that situation, it's looking like they want to sell. And the only reason that they would sell something like their game division is because they're not making as much money as they would like. So they might as well strike while the iron is hot, as they say, So just waiting on break, man. We haven't started the show proper. You're listening to RPGrinders. I'm on with Eric. Next week's going to be our 600th episode, so make sure you join. We're going to be giving away a free video game of your choice. Could be next gen, this gen. As long as it's not, one of those special edition type deals, we'll be in good shape. I'm not made out of money, but, so. Yeah, what IPs do they own? The Batman franchise. I know they don't own Batman, but they, Warner Brothers does own the game IP. So, the game license. So maybe that's something that they would be willing to part with. And I'm sure, someone else could do just fine. Rocksteady could just continue doing what they do with that franchise, and who cares if it's Warner Brothers or someone else? But they're just the publisher. But yeah. No, I know they own Batman, but the gaming rights could be just licensed out, Wyland. You know what I mean? Like they don't necessarily need to work on their own Batman games. I mean, if you're gonna get rid of your game division, you're gonna have to license it out. So, and trust me, there's no shortage of suitors when it comes to Batman. Oh God, EA, fuck that, man. I wish EA would just go away, just like Warner Brothers, man. Just go away. Another company I wish would just go away is Konami, man. They fucked up so many times. Like they could have had, um, bunch of shit. Yeah, Batarang microtransactions. You get the pink Batarang for $5.99. Wyland.
The
I
only
mean,
good thing that Konami's done lately is do those collections,
yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'm talking
which they
about.
didn't really do because they don't make games anymore. So they
I
had
mean,
M2 do it for
look,
them.
I kind of in a way don't blame Konami. They did something brilliant, man. They've made a gazillion dollars off of their pachinko machines and their gambling, slot machines. So, um, it's I just wish that they would license out their properties to make video games. I mean, how many people wouldn't love a Silent Hill game or a remake? Give it to Capcom. Let Capcom do that remake. I'm sure they would do a bang up job. Um, or Metal Gear. Bring Kojima in and let him do some more Metal Gear. I mean, that would be pretty badass. I'm sure he has plenty to say about that franchise. What else? I mean, Konami, a Castlevania for sure. Can you imagine a new fucking Castlevania game? Actually, I could. It was called what's that new one? Blood Curse of the Moon, or whatever the fuck that new game was.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that's a spiritual successor. So, Breakman's in chat. He's having a tough time. All good, Break. So we should have a fun show today. We're gonna, for our free for all, we're just gonna come up with a bunch of cartoons to give Breakman so he could set up our brackets for next week, which should be a ton of fun. We're gonna crown the all-time greatest cartoon, past or present. I mean, there's no shortage of cartoons, so we'll definitely come up with some good ones. Can't Batarang micro. What about the full moon Batarang, Wyland? Let's charge $7.99 for that, and you can only use it 5 times before it breaks, and then you have to buy another one, of course. So you can only finish the game with that particular weapon as well. Can't finish the game without a Batarang. Let's see. First didn't want to open and finally got open. Needs an update, of course. Well, we'll wait on Breakman. We're just waiting on Breakman to update his Skype. He should be on here pretty soon. So there we are. Looks like in the news, new Warhammer game, Werewolf the Apocalypse. I'm kind of excited for that. I used to love playing the tabletop game. Ys Origin is coming to Switch. I think we discussed that before, but
no, we didn't.
I think we might have mentioned it, Eric, but we didn't have like a solid date or anything.
No, we didn't mention it at all because I didn't hear about it until after we had done the show.
Huh. Maybe I saw something before. I don't know. Maybe I saw something in the news this week. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing GDPs on Saturday. Like a couple Saturdays a month, doing a GDP on Saturdays, which would be cool because Bernie could join us, and she likes listening to music and stuff too, so that should be cool. So maybe we'll do that. I'll probably make an announcement next week, but whatever. It's hot as hell in this room. It's been hot here in Denver. We're going to be experiencing record heat here. I know we are. Today's like 100 degrees. Excited that Halloween Kills got delayed by an entire year. I am not excited about that, Wyland, but obviously we all know why. There was no way that movie was going to make any money this year. I would not be surprised if movie theaters open and then shut right down again. So they made the right call, man. They're gonna make a ton of money next year if we don't get another fucking virus outbreak. But it all depends on us, man. How good we do at killing this virus, which we aren't doing very well. So It's one of those things. Theaters are done. I agree, Wyland. I almost feel like they should have released Halloween Kills as one of those like theater at home type deals, like streaming. I mean, all of us would have paid $20 to watch it. I know I would have. So, the only problem with that is,
make a reasonable ticket price.
yeah. The only problem that I see with that, Wyland, is the fact that somebody could definitely use recording, stuff on their computer and be able to pirate and all that, and then they would lose quite a bit of money that way as well. But but I know that they have contracts with theaters, but the problem with those type of deals is like it's precarious anyways, and they're not held on. Yeah, see, I mean, if I were to think about things with Halloween, Wyland, I might have released it at home, and then I would have said, look, we're gonna honor our contract. We're definitely gonna give you the rights for the theater, and we'll re-release them in the theater. I'm sure a lot of people would see it in the theater as well, because some people still like the theater experience. So it would be a win-win. So, it's going to happen regardless. They're going to end up like the music industry, all digital. Yeah, I mean, it is. Theaters, if this doesn't kill theaters, I don't know what will, Wyland. I mean, every movie theater that I know of, like AMC, I know is having trouble. Harkins, my favorite theater to go to, is I bet you they're hanging on by a thread. What else? There's not very many chains of theaters anymore. It's almost done. It's almost like a passé thing. Like if this pandemic, excuse me, if this pandemic hasn't proven anything, it's proven that theaters are kind of obsolete, man. Like, and the reason that is because China was starting to outdo the United States in theater revenue, and that's not a good sign. Everything goes the way of digital. I mean, look at video games, Wyland. Look at music. I mean, iTunes basically destroyed. That's why the music industry was, all up in arms over Apple and iTunes. It's like. It's the way it is. But let's see if we can get Break on, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm kind of done with theaters too, Wyland. I mean, I do like the experience, but whatever. Wherever the files are hosted, you can just download the files directly with virtual theaters. Yeah, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind. Not that you would know. Yeah, Wyland, I know. I hear you, dude. Hey, Breakman, do we have you on the line?
Ooh, I can hear you.
Yes.
You can hear me.
We can hear you.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, we were just talking about episode 600, Breakman. You know what we're doing in Free For All today? We're gonna give you a head start on all of your cartoons. So we're gonna be discussing, the cartoons that should be in that bracket. So.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I was just thinking, like, the next one we do, I think we should do, like, JRPGs.
Oh, yeah, we could do that too, man, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I thought of doing a video game one too, just, video games in general, but...
Yeah, we should do that too. That'd be...
Yeah.
We can do so many of these.
I know. We could have, like, an ongoing, like, free-for-all theme. We could just do, like, one...
I don't know, do you guys play enough RPGs that I even talk about, not modern ones?
Well, fine, you do it. You can charge that one then.
Yeah, I play enough. I mean, you play enough, Eric, so, we can discuss. I mean, these are greatest JRPGs of all time, so of course we're going to have old-ass... Yeah, we're not doing a modern one. If we were doing a modern one, I'd be like, look, I'm out, because there's a few, but, I was able to do with that documentary that was in a virtual theater. I saw the video player, knew exactly where they hosted the file at. Oh, yeah. See, I get you. I get you, Wyland. They got my money, and I got the file. Yeah. All right. So, lots to talk about on the show today. Real quick before we start the show, next episode's episode 600. So we will be giving away a video game and a $25 gift card to the archive listeners. So if you're not able to join us live 7 Eastern next Friday, which let me look at my calendar here. I believe is the 17th. Let's see. Yep, the 17th we will be giving away that video game, and if you're on the archives, the first person to tweet at RPGrinders with the correct answer to it's actually going to be a horror related question. Both are horror related. One is old school, one is kind of newer, I guess. Yeah, who's typing? Jesus,
Not me.
Hear that right in my ear. Okay, let me retweet this. I think we're good there. Right on. You guys ready to go? Eric, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. And welcome, everybody, to episode 599 of RP Grinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great and Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you?
Better than expected, considering how the first half of the day went.
No, that sucks, man. What happened?
Yeah, I took my day off, and then I went to get Deadly Premonition from Best Buy, and I came back, and then I was dealing with like extreme allergy problems pretty much all day.
Yuck, man. Allergies suck, dude. Like,
It started raining and power went off at one point.
Ooh, yeah. Spooky day for you so far, man. But hopefully we can brighten your day, man. I mean, I know Breakman can brighten your day. Breakman, how are you, man?
And then I found out that I have to work 10-hour days next week for 4 days, but I don't have to work Friday, but still 10 hours. It's a lot of hours.
That's a lot of hours, but at least you get that extra day off. Breakman, how are you?
I know it brightens anybody's day.
You know what?
That's a happy cowbell.
Cowbells always bring the happiness, man. They always bring the happiness, man. Breakman, how are you, man?
Okay.
Okay, just okay. All right. Hey, before we get started, I know I said it before we officially started the show, but next week is episode 600 of RP Grinders, so hopefully you can join us live. If you're in the chat, you have a chance to win a free video game that we're giving away, video game of your choice. If you're like Wyland, I think he's the only person in chat right now. So if you're Wyland, you would have a really good chance of winning a video game. So make sure you're being chat and you have a good shot at winning a video
Break
game.
pretend to be Wyland.
Yeah, he like changes his name to Wyland, and yeah, Commander Root's in there and Wyland, but more people will join. But you have a really good shot at winning a video game, is what I'm saying. Trivia question, just one trivia, and then I have one for the archive listeners. I'm going to give away a $25 gift card to an archive listener that once they hear the show and give us the correct answer at RP Grinders, we will give you a $25 gift card. So
the answer is purple.
Yeah, it's definitely not purple, but
I like how Best Buy enforces people to wear a mask, like customers and employees.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. Walmart sure doesn't. They don't give a fuck who goes in there, which is insane, but we're still in the middle of a pandemic, but whatever. Okay, well, why don't we get started with the news? RPG News. All right, Eric, you're up.
In fact, if you didn't have one, they could have offered you one.
Yeah, oh wow, they're even offering offering them. That's
The
cool.
little disposable ones.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
seeing
cool.
that more, but still people not wearing masks. Going into places, they're like, here's free mask, here's wipes, and then like, nah.
Hand sanitizer too.
Yeah, I wanna really hurt those people, but then I don't want to get anywhere near them.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get sick, dude. All right, Eric,
Yeah.
what do we got first?
We've got from RPG site, Dragon Mark for Death is coming to the PS4, and it's got a release date of July 22nd. $30 for the retail release. No, wait, this is the digital release, but I'm pretty sure this game launched at 15. So why are they charging extra? That is weird.
That
But
is weird.
maybe it was 20, but still, it's like, I think it's because all the content is available at your fingertips. Because the way they did it with Switch is they like released content in burst, and you could buy them piecemeal.
Yeah.
But the initial cost was $15, I think. But you could get the retail one for the full price. But they add some more content that's free, I think, for extra characters. But the PC version came out not too long ago. But that's cool, I guess. Sorry, Break, no Xbox One version for you.
Yeah. I hate that when they exclude just like one or the other, either the PS5 or the Xbox, man. That really, really blows. I'm looking at this game. You think it's worth $40, Eric? Like, it looks cool.
I heard the single player campaign was kind of but they've done a lot to it since its initial launch, so maybe it's worth it at this point.
Yeah,
But I think you could probably wait a little bit longer.
Yeah,
for sale.
I mean, it looks cool. The art style is really cool. It's like, pixelized, like 8-bit type or 16-bit type graphics. But man, like $40, man, that's seems like a really high price point. But all right, anything else on this, Eric?
No.
All right, Break, you are up.
Coming to us live from RPG site, because it was taking a moment to load. Monster Rancher 2 got ported to Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android in Japan this fall. Oh, gets ported. My bad. I misread that. It wasn't written wrong. Just misread it. Koei Tecmo. It's Toei Kekmo, right? I think they have it wrong on here.
Yeah.
The game will be out in fall of 2020. So, widely regarded as the best platforming game in the series, Monster Rancher 2 was a major improvement from its prequel, and almost double the amount of monster species and better graphics and music. Monster Rancher 2 was originally available on PlayStation 1 in 1999, and it is well known not only in Japan but also worldwide for the features that let players generate monsters using any kind of compact disc and combine two different monsters to produce another monster with a new look.
Yeah.
Just like the first Monster Rancher port, generated monsters through CDs is substituted with an online CD title database. Nintendo Switch version also still supports single Joy-Con controls for local verses. The Slate system, where you can generate a monster from Monster Rancher 1 save data, is also available here as long as the prequel save data is on the same platform. The original Japanese PlayStation release was known for having a part-time job minigame accessible by connecting a pocket station. This will be, oh my god, I forgot about those things. This will be included in game for the upcoming ports. There are some items that can only be acquired by playing the minigame. I gotta fix them again. Toei Kekmo will also add more improvements and features that weren't made on the original PS1 version, just like the game's port. The recent port of the first game has never been localized to date, and localization for this port has yet to be announced either. So there you go.
Yeah, so we'll probably...
Well, I think they should just skip Monster Hunter 1 and just do 2.
Yeah, 2 I heard it was really good, so...
And they'll just include all the PS1 monsters as a bonus, so that you don't have to worry about not having it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really nice. But we can't have anything for free, Eric, so,
It'll be DLC.
How dare you suggest, we get something extra, so... All right, let's move on.
Free.
Yeah, free. What's free? Are you crazy? Let's move on to the next story, and this is definitely not going to be free. This comes to us from RPGsite.net. Limited Run Games announces physical releases for Grandia HD Collection, Bug Fables, and more. So Grandia HD collection, which I would be interested in,
Rated
comes.
RP2M.
Oh shit! Let me.
I already bought the digital version.
Yeah. August 7th, Castlevania Anniversary Collection. Ooh, for the PS4 and Switch. Q3 2020 includes Castlevania, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4 Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, Castlevania Bloodlines, and Kid Dracula. Kid Dracula
also includes all of the Japanese versions of those, I think, for most of them.
Ooh, this is cool. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 2 for the PS4 and Switch. Jesus, no Xbox love, man. I can't believe
there's
that.
already a physical release for Curse of the Moon. So
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about that.
And Bug Fables, The Everlasting Sapling, also for the PS4 and Switch. So there's a presentation here, and it's about...
But there's an image on there, but like it also says Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 is getting one, and East Origin for Switch, which we're going to talk about. Right?
Yep. Okay, Eric, next story.
Next story is about Warhammer Chaos Bane. It's going to be coming to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And no release window, but it's next year sometime.
Ooh, next year. I hate when they don't give us at least even a fucking window, man. That shit sucks.
Well, it's probably not going to be this year, so that's why I'm saying that.
I understand that, but man, that's like, why even bother making this a news story, you know? All right, break. What do we got next?
Because somebody has work to do or something. They gotta get paid.
I guess.
Coming to us live from RPG site, Rogue Lords is a dark fantasy roguelike where you play as the devil. Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And Nacon has posted a new story-focused trailer for Rogue Lords, a dark fantasy roguelike where you play as the devil. Rogue Lords is set to release in 2021 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. They covered everybody, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And an Nacon Connect live stream, our director Camille Lazor, I probably butchered that. Sorry. Describes the game's premise and combat. The devils return to the living world alongside disciples such as Dracula and Bloody Mary. The game is a turn-based roguelike where the players explore a procedurally generated 3D map. Find a new trailer. There's a trailer below. I'll just skip ahead here. Dark Tale. After being defeated many moons ago, you have finally returned with your most trusted disciples to take revenge on those wretched demon hunters. Play run after run and collect ancient artifacts to take back your power and reclaim your rightful place. Build your team from famous evil geniuses like Dracula, the Headless Horseman, and Bloody Mary. Upgrade your skills and create synergies to dispose of the mortals who dare to stand in your way. Unlock new spells, collect souls, make the right choices in events, and use your powers to crush the forces of good. Ooh, I want to know more about this game.
It looks like if you took Darkest Dungeon, but added like the devil and like his underlings to it. It looks cool, man. I mean, if you're into sadistic pain and torture, then this is probably going to be the game, man.
I know. Blood and guts. Oh my goodness, I can't handle any of that stuff.
It looks good, man. I was looking at the trailer. It was funny. They have two quote unquote trailers. The first trailer had like no gameplay. I'm like, why even bother? And then luckily there was another trailer below, and it shows the game off. And like I said, it's got an art style not quite as dark as Darkest Dungeon, but it's in that vein, you know. So if you're into that, this would probably be where you want to be. So yeah. Anything else?
It looks interesting to me. Like you play as some mythical villains like Dracula and shit, and of course you're the devil.
Yeah,
Sounds
I mean,
cool.
So you should be able to just whip everybody's ass. You know, that's what I'm gathering from it. You know, just go through the game and just like you're like in God mode, but you're actually in like devil mode. Yeah. Why not? All right, Eric, I think you're up next.
Devil mode.
Devil mode. You know that.
Next is
That does sound like a
Werewolf,
heavy metal song.
Yeah.
Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood launches on February 4th, 2021. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and the Epic Games Store. No Steam release.
Yeah.
Because I guess they gave them money because Epic does that.
I'm kind of excited for this game. It doesn't graphically, it doesn't look like the greatest thing ever, but if it has the mechanics of Werewolf, the Apocalypse tabletop game, I'm in, man. I mean, that was a cool tabletop game, Werewolf the Apocalypse. So,
Werewolf.
how dare you? How dare you make fun of me? You're exiled. And my dog is exiled too. You're exiled, bitch.
I thought that was a cat for a moment.
No, it's a whiny Chihuahua that I inherited. So she's a whiny bitch. But anyways, yeah. So it looks good. I'm down to know more about this game. It looks like just one of your traditional action RPG games with werewolves. So I'm good. I'm totally down for that. All right, let's see. Whose turn is it next? Oh, shit, I'll take it because I skipped myself. Next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Let's see. Action RPG still rising, announced for next-generation consoles and PCs, even though there's no real window for it. So, whatever.
Well, you know what? I mean, you're complaining about Windows, but I think the idea that they need a window kind of it puts them in a restriction, like you got to get the game done by a certain amount of time as opposed to get the game good by
Well, I get it, but with how many games are released in any given year, Breakman, like what good does it do to release a trailer like now? Like maybe like 6 months before you release the game or something, you come out with like a teaser, and then 3 months before it's like, oh, look at this gameplay trailer, and we're releasing in 3 months. I mean, that's...
Well, if it's like small companies, I understand they need to get the interest out there. They need people to know that, hey, this game is here. We'll be working on this. Hey.
How many people follow that through the years, though, Breakman? Like, I know we've talked about several games like on this show that we're like, oh, okay, and then like 2-3 weeks later we just fucking forget about it. Like we're I mean, our attention spans are...
There's some games we're waiting for.
What game?
There's Drop Bear Claw. We want to get them back on here sometime.
Yeah, that would be... I mean...
Drop Bear Bites.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said. You misheard.
He was thinking of Bear Claws, man. He's hungry, man. So
I am hungry, actually. Bear Claws do sound good. Damn you, Frank.
But see, look here. Okay, I'm gonna say this, right? Okay, it's a teaser trailer, right? We have no fucking gameplay. We have no idea, like, what literally anything about this game. So, like, what's the point? A few screenshots of like darkness? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying just...
It sounds like pseudo French Revolution with high technology, like near Automata.
Oh, speaking of French Revolution, I played Plague's Tale: Innocence, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like I don't see the point in releasing like anything right now. Like, give us a little more information, then we might get really excited. Like, even with the Drop Bear Bites games, we got a little bit of gameplay. Like a really solid gameplay trailer. So I don't know. All right, who's next? I think it's Break. Is it Break? Break, you there? Did we lose Break? How can we lose Break? Jesus Christ.
Skype, hello?
There you are. We thought we lost
Skype,
you.
I hate you so goddamn much. Coming to us live from RPG Site. .emo bringing Ys Origin and Nintendo Switch in 2020. They have announced there's to be a physical copy sometime in 2020. Don't freak out, Frank. A physical release, a retail release of the game will be available through limited run games, as well as some European retailers in both standard and collector's formats. Pre-orders for limited run will open tomorrow, which, since this is, from another... When was this? The 7th? Yeah, they're open already, so you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Ys Origin originally released for PC in Japan in 2006, which acts as the chronological first entry in the long-standing Ys RPG series. The RPG saw its original English release on Steam in 2012 via XE Games, and .emu has later released PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and Xbox One versions. What's a Vita?
Yeah, what's a Vita? Ys Origin's a really good game. I didn't beat all 3 scenarios, but it's a really fun game, man. And I could see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it would lend really well to the Switch too. So If you want this game, I would probably recommend getting it on the Switch. It'd probably be the best way to play it. So there you go. Go ahead and break.
As far as the collector's edition, it comes with the original game, original soundtrack, steelbook, collector's edition art book, and 18 by 24 reversible poster.
Ooh,
so there.
I do like reversible posters. That's cool.
No pins anywhere. Thank God.
All right, Eric. I know no pins.
Or any other stupid add-ons. Really, I mean, it's soundtracks and like steelbook stuff that kind of could be useful.
I do like steelbooks, man. Steelbooks are kind of cool.
As opposed to just kind of sitting around your room doing absolute jack shit.
Yeah, they don't do anything, but they.
I mean,
they
posters
look nice.
they have the excuse of being flat and not really taking up any room.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, that's true. Unless you put them up on your wall, then you run out of room like I did. Like I used to have so many laminated posters, man. It was unbelievable. I lost those in the divorce too, though. So, yeah. I mean, that was a lot of money, man. Like I literally had like probably hundreds of posters at least 100 posters that were all laminated, and it's not cheap to laminate shit. All right, Eric,
no, it isn't.
What we got?
The Lost Fulcrum Studio has announced strategy RPG Vagris, I don't know. The Riven Realms will launch early access for Steam and GOG on July 22nd. Free prologue demo of the game will be available on July 10th, so today. It's built by a small team based in Budapest.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Say it was a crowdsourced campaign last year, and they raised $9,000 for it.
9,000. That's it. That's what they.
Oh, or 90,000. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say like 9,000. You can make a game for $9,000.
Well, I was looking at it. I was like, they did a pretty good job with $9,000, man. That's impressive. Even 90,000, it's pretty impressive. What
it says it began
to me, but not to a game developer.
Yeah.
It says they began life as a homebrewed tabletop RPG formed by a group of role players who decided to bring their creative aspirations to a new game, and it's got a branching narrative, turn-based combat, resource management, unique companions.
Yeah, it looks okay. I mean, they did a little bit of gameplay. I mean,
what does Riven mean, though? I'm wondering what that means.
That was in what was that? KOTOR, man. Darth Revan, wasn't it?
That was Revan, not Riven.
Oh, okay. I'm mistaking. But yeah, it looks okay. I mean, from what I've seen, so if you're into strategy RPGs.
So Revan had a brother, is what you're saying?
Yeah, Riven and Revan. Did you ever hear of that Star Wars the Riven and Revan story? So
yeah, actually, now you say it, I do remember it.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good story. It was a surprise who turned out to be the bad guy at the end, even though I
and I like when they like tortured the Ewoks. That was pretty cool. Yeah. All right.
I thought you said they were going to torture the Gungans.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Jar Jar Binks.
I'll go ahead and do the last story. This comes to us from Siliconera.
Mean.
Sakuna. I hate fucking Ewoks, man. I can't stand these Ewoks.
Such bullies. I heard like the innocent Gungans and the sweet teddy bear Ewoks. Like, guys are a bunch of bullies.
Fucking teddy bear Ewoks look like goddamn like I don't know, like pugs on two legs or something, man. Ugh. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin physical copies will arrive in 2020. Dungeons in chat, he says, yes, Break. Haven't you heard about the tragedy of Darth Revan the Wise? Exactly. It has been, I'm going to read this sentence and I don't know if this makes sense, but it has been since Xseed Games said much about, I don't even know what they're trying to say.
It's been a while, I think.
I think it's been a while. I think that's what they're trying to say. Said much about Edelweiss's Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Featured prominently at E3. I'm going to skip this ad so you can actually see. What the? Jesus Christ, what the?
What?
I don't know what's going on there, but let's see. But it hasn't appeared too often since then. We know it'll arrive in 2020, so there you go. The standard model will be $39.99. You can go with the collector's edition, which is called the Divine Edition. They'll get the game and lots of extras for $59.
This game's been in development for like 5 years.
It looks like you're gonna get a tea bag with this.
Nice.
actual tea bags.
Yeah, an actual tea bag.
Oh, I thought you meant like somebody was gonna come to your house and like teabag you.
Yeah, exactly. I've heard of that legend, Wyland says. Yeah, so it looks like you get like a book. It looks like maybe soundtrack and some other stuff, some other goodies, and an actual tea bag, not tea bag in the game. So there you go. So 2020 for that, and that, my friends, is the news.
Yes.
So, yeah, I know. we're done with the news. Yay.
I'm guessing the tea bag's reusable and you pour your tea in the bag.
Yeah. Dungeon says the art for the packaging looks really good. You know what it reminded me of is like Muramasa type art, Dungeon.
Like really real tea bags, like not somebody coming to your house and like putting their balls in your mouth. Like,
I'm sure
who has a coffee maker anymore? Like everybody has the K cup things.
Do they? I don't. I still have just a coffee.
Oh, you live in the Stone Age.
How dare you, son of a bitch! You're exiled, man. No, I don't.
You still don't. You still hate
K-cups are
technology like the
coffee,
wheel.
not tea.
I hate the wheel, you son of a bitch.
Modern technology, this newfangled round things.
I hate you. I hate you so much, Breakman. You are a literal son of a bitch, man. Son of a bitch. Okay, so that's the news. Let's move on to Homie Discounts.
I don't think so. Homie, don't play that.
All right, Homie Discounts. They still got that $32 deal on PS Plus. So if you guys want to pick that up, CD keys. They still have some left. It's weird how they're selling that for $32. So you might want to stack them. I did. I bought a couple and I stacked them till 2022. So I'm good on PS Plus for a good long while. The PS Plus games for July, I believe we already discussed that. Eric, you want to remind people what I think it's NBA 2K20, Tomb Raider, and Eric.
Oh yeah, I forgot to delete. I need to delete that.
That's okay. And if you're a fan of anime, Microsoft Store has some free anime series, including, and let me get to the nitty here, for free. You get all these for free. Normally they're like $40, anywhere from $20 to $40. But Naruto Season 101, Naruto Shippuden Uncut Season 101, Overlord Season 1, Steins Gate Uncut Season 1, and Steins Gate Season 202. So all of that for free on the Microsoft Store. So there you go. Let's see, what do we have next? Breakman, should I hit it?
No.
Okay. Nothing.
There is actually stuff on here, but you said we're going to talk about cartoons later, and it's all about the brackets. So I think we'll just wait until later.
We'll wait till later then. Okay. Let's move on to
Inquiring minds want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know what you've been playing, Break.
Let me see here. I have been playing pretty much the same shit. Mostly this week I've been playing Battlefront 2. Just I've been having a fun time. Every time I think I'm getting better at flying, I start going on this horrible losing streak where I can't even get one kill. And just it's really embarrassing because I know a lot of them are bots, and it's like, God damn it, I'm getting killed by fucking bots.
You're doing the multiplayer thing, I'm taking.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't played one multiplayer game in that game, man. I did the single player, and that was enough for me, man. Like I had my
There's so many cool modes, and like the vehicles in it are so much better than they were in the first one. Like you have an easier time to get into, say, piloting, but driving the AT-ATs, you know, for instance, like it's something fun.
Yeah.
Really awesome. Just flying is what sucks for me. I can't fly at all.
You know, that's the one thing in that game I really didn't have a hard time with on the single player campaign was the flying. I was a flying master in that game, man. I did alright flying, but like the Han Solo mission and the Lando mission, fuck, man. Jesus Christ.
I have fun on foot, guns and vehicles, tanks, shit like that. But like, and the AT-AT, like, yes, badass, you know. But then you put me on like a X-wing, and it's like, yeah, this is all crap. Ah, shit, I rammed into something. Goddamn. Oh, man.
Yeah, running into things is the worst, man. Like that's when you know you really suck at flying is when you run into shit all the time.
In some of those levels, like there's the destroyed Death Star level. Like, there's debris field and everything. It's a cool as fuck level, but I'm always running into debris and shit. I'm like, God damn it.
You kill yourself more than other people kill you, man. That's pretty cool.
It's frustrating.
Wyland says he's been playing Dead Cells, Episode 1 Racer, and Deadly Premonition 2. Dead Cells, I thought you were done with that, or at least getting close to getting done with that, Wyland. Dungeon says LOL break. So there you go.
Yeah, the other game I've been playing is Final Fantasy 15 still, and as I keep playing it, I just wonder what I want to rate it, because all these extra dungeons, like the end game dungeons, they're all fucking repetitive as shit.
Yeah.
It's just one, you go into a room, fight monsters, go down a level, fight more monsters, go down a level, fight more monsters, just room to room. It's like playing an old school video game. Honestly, one of those never-ending games, really repetitive. There's a boss at the end of each dungeon, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how I want to rate the game, because I have like a lot of different opinions of it. Like, the game is fun, and I enjoy a lot of the story up to the one point, and then afterwards I just think it's like, okay, it's kind of stupid now. Whatever.
Yeah.
But then things like the gameplay it's extremely accessible. In fact, it says when you first turn on the game, every time it's like a Final Fantasy for beginners and fans alike. I'm like, oh, great. So basically that boils down to a lot of button mashing in the combat.
Yeah. Wyland says, LOL, never done with Dead Cells. Freak5 decides to come into chat, and he promptly gets exiled. He says, yub. The will took Frank's first job. How dare you, Freak5? Son of a bitch. Dungeon says, there are so many NPCs to talk to. It's like when an event changes, every NPC in range has dialogue that changes too, and I just have to find out what they say. So, there you go. Trails of Cold Steel 3 is what Dungeon is playing. Yeah, that's a good game, man.
See, I can't complain about that. Like, the developers took the time to put that stuff in there, and that's what I like about games like Mass Effect, is there's really tiny details. And going back and talking to everybody again, because the new conversations will pop up. And I mean, really, the best part of Mass Effect are the conversations.
You know what a really good game for real detailed like lore is? Bloodborne, man. Like they don't there's not a lot of talking or stuff like that, but like the tomes that you get and like the little tidbits here and there that you get from like reading shit and like talking to townspeople. I mean, you get a lot of fucking like a lot of lore, man. It's really cool. Let's see.
He says, same here, not complaining, just amazed how much attention they paid to making the world reactive. That sounds really cool.
No, that's good stuff, man. Anytime a developer takes the time to do that is really, really awesome.
Yeah, I like going back to old NPCs and having new conversations instead of the old Dragon Quest. Like, you go talk to one person in town. The Queen only comes out at night. And you come back to them 12 years later, and the Queen only comes out at night.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to Thornberry. You may be new here. Wait, no, welcome to Thornberry. You might be. I'm gonna fucking kill you, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's old school, man. Old school game making, man. New school's a little different.
Of course, there were games like Ultima where you could, like, what was that Ultima for the NES, where you could really kill anybody at all? Like, if somebody pissed you off, you started fighting with them for no reason.
Yeah, what was that game, man? That was pretty fun, man.
Yes, like you could kill the king if you wanted. Of course, all the guards in town would suddenly swoop in on you and slaughter you, but it was an option.
Yeah, exactly. You're an evil bastard, Breakman. That's what you're saying there. Dungeon says,
oh, you think that's evil? There's a little girl in that town. I made sure to fucking kill her too.
Jesus. Our shop sells.
The guards also swooped in on me and made sure I paid.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Skyrim, man. You fuck with the wrong people, you got guards after you forever, Yeah.
Or Fable. Like, if you break the law too many times, there's some towns where you're just number one suspect. Like you get close to town, the guards are like, "There he is!" Like, oh shit.
You're going to jail, motherfucker. Our shop sells potions. Be sure to visit times infinity. Yeah. You could kill anyone in Morrowind, but if you killed a plot-specific one, the game warned you that you, quote, broke the thread of fate and would have to reload to finish that campaign. Oh, I remember that. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's things like that that are kind of cool, Dungeon. Yes. I like that type of stuff. Okay, well, Break, you said you wanted to do a review. Wait till reviews, and maybe you can review Final Fantasy 15.
No, I said I don't know how I want to review it, because I don't know what kind of score I want to give to it, because of just there's a... my dog's barking in the background, if I hear her.
That's okay.
She's in another room, though.
It's okay.
But I just... I don't know what kind of score I want to give it, because I like it at some points, and other times I'm just like, they could have done a better job here.
Well, that's why we got a sliding scale at 10, man. So you can do whatever you want. You can give it a 5. That's average, you know. I mean, there you go. Bethesda just puts an immortality tag on important NPCs that get sort of knocked out and then come back. Yeah, that's an idea too. You know, like you can't have like, because you got bastards like Breakman that'll just kill everything. You know, I mean that would break the game. So you gotta do stuff like that. You know, like have certain NPCs that you just can't kill. You know. All right, Eric.
Demon Souls be killed. Like a guy that sells his stuff, he's not coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
They fixed that for Dark Souls, and especially for Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne is, man, that's an all-time game, man. Like I love playing that game, but I hate playing that game. It's like, yeah, man, it's so hard. I can't even get out of Yarna, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right, Eric, what you been playing?
Just more 7 Scarlet and Crosscode.
Okay. Making progress?
Yeah.
I played, of course, MPQ, but I played and beat Plague's Tale Innocence. I might as well do the review now. I got a few reviews to do, so I'll do that one first. Plague's Tale Innocence takes place during, like, kind of like a French, Inquisition type thing. It's revisionist history, but... you got an evil pope and just a bunch of, but it's a beautiful game. It's a action adventure type game where, the townspeople are being terrorized by rats pretty much. And you got to kind of, throughout the whole game, you're kind of trying to find a way to cure your brother. And, he just gets sicker and sicker. So you got to go find potions and items and books and, a bunch of shit. Dungeon says, yay, Plague's Tale. I like that game. I love the game, Dungeon, but I do have problems with it. It's got a will-based system where you can, choose different things for, like if you want to put out fires, you can have a special, like, rock that puts out fires, or, rocks in general to kill, smaller guards. You have... stuff that you can, sort of like a little potion that you can fling at a armored guy so he takes off his helmet, kind of like an acid type thing. I mean, it's got all kinds of cool little mechanics. That the problem is that will system at times, and also moving carts in that game is really fucking hard. So how dare you, Freak 5, you're exiled. He says Frank can't finish the tutorial. It's difficult for him. You try playing Bloodborne, Freak 5. You tell him, you come back to me after you play Bloodborne and tell me if you think that game's easy, man. The game is hard. But Plague Tale Innocence is a really excellent game. There's a few problems, like pushing carts. I never know how to push the carts right, so I spent one portion, all you got to do is push a cart to get on top of it to get to the next little area, and I spent a good 45 minutes trying to get that cart in the right position. So it was really difficult. Look, how dare you, Break, man? How dare you, Dungeon?
What are you saying? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how dare you? Yeah, other than that, and the fact that you have to use the L1 button to kind of choose which on the wheel which which weapon that you use to put in your slingshot. It's a great game. I highly recommend playing it. It's one of the most beautiful games on any system, quite honestly. Like, it's the amount of detail that went into that game. I mean, Focus Home and I can't remember the developer, but they did a really good job with the graphics. If you want to look at a really, really pretty game, Plague's Tale: Innocence doesn't get much better this generation. I mean, it's a solid game. Gameplay wise, it's really good. Other than, like I said, that will system being a little cumbersome at times. The story is absolutely excellent. So, I highly recommend playing this game. I'm gonna give it. I would have given it a 10, but there was, like I said, a few small issues with the game. But I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's a really, really underrated. I think it's an underrated game this gen. And Dungeon agrees with me. He says it's a pretty good game. But I mean, it's only $20 now on PlayStation. I'm sure it's just as cheap on Xbox. So I highly recommend picking up that game, playing it. And I took a diversion from Dragon Quest 11 to play Plague Tale, and I was not disappointed in any way. It's got a really strong narrative. Really, really good. Okay, now I got three kind of movies that I'm gonna do in quick succession. I just finished watching if you can believe this, I watched a musical called Hamilton. I really liked it. I thought it was a bit too long. You could probably take about 40. It was like a 3-hour long play that's streaming on Disney Plus. And it's about Alexander Hamilton, and it's got a real modern sense to it. It's very relevant to a lot of the shit that's happening now with immigration and stuff like that. And Brakeman's exiled, son of a bitch. And Freak 5 is exiled for the 100th time, I think. But Hamilton's a really good, fun musical. There's not much more to say than that. Very modern type musical with old school historic facts. So I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I thought it was really rousing at times. It ended on kind of a somber note because obviously everybody knows the end of Hamilton was when he got shot by Aaron Burr. So I highly recommend watching it. It's on Disney Plus. If you're into musicals, give it a shot, man. I was really surprised. I'm not normally a musical type guy, but that was really good. Next one I'm doing is called Beach House, which you can see on Shudder. I think it's a Shudder exclusive unless you want to rent it on any of the other ones. But what Freak 5 says, did Plague Tale trigger your PTSD from living through the Black Plague? How dare you, Freak 5? You're exiled again. Beach House. It's a. I don't know if have you ever seen Cabin Fever, guys? I don't know if you guys have ever. You Breakman, have you ever seen Cabin Fever? It's basically about something in the water. Like you get infected by something in the water. It's kind of like that, except a little less exciting than Cabin Fever. It's, if you can imagine, like an amalgamation of Cabin Fever and The Mist. I don't know if you guys have seen The Mist. It's sort of like that, where people get infected and turn to kind of like these zombie monster type things. So there's a little bit of that. Yeah, it's above average. I'd say give it a shot. Like if you want to rent it for a couple bucks or something, get it from a Redbox if they ever go to the Redbox. But I give it a 7 out of 10. I liked it okay. It wasn't anything to write home. I didn't feel bad watching it, but whatever. Next movie I'm going to talk about is called Rattlesnake. Now this is an interesting movie also I saw on Shudder. Rattlesnake is about a woman who takes a detour on her GPS through I want to say Texas. And basically her car gets a flat. She's not alone. She's with her, young daughter. I think her daughter's like 7, 8 years old, something like that. And she pulls over to start fixing the tire. And obviously there's nothing around. Her cell phone service there's no service where she's at. And her daughter ends up getting bit by a rattlesnake. And she finds a miraculously, she finds a person in a mobile home, and of course, the person in the mobile home is able to help her, but she says, you're going to have to pay me back. And, she didn't think much of it, but she gets to a hospital, and then, this guy shows up and says, well, you got to take someone's life. That's the penance for, your daughter being saved. And if you don't kill somebody by sundown, then, it's going to be a painful death for your daughter. So,
are they gonna put the poison back in? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of a supernatural type thing. So, I liked it. I was really, really pleasantly surprised by this movie. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's definitely worth the watch.
The rattlesnake dies.
What's that?
I said I don't want to spoil the ending, but the rattlesnake dies.
The rattlesnake dies. No, actually, the rattlesnake lives. But
yes, awesome ending.
But it's a good movie, and you guys should check it out. It's simply made. It's not anything extravagant, but the shots in it are pretty good. The cinematography is really, really good in it. So I highly recommend giving that, especially if you like a little supernatural twist to your movies. Highly recommend it. Freak5 says, Break, have you been watching this season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? So,
yes, I have.
So 8 out of 10 for Rattlesnake, just in case anybody didn't know. Break, did you have a review?
No.
Okay.
Not this week.
Eric, I didn't see any reviews under yours. Did you have any reviews? All right, then I guess it's time to go to Highscapades. Highscapades. All right, Eric, it looks like you may have one.
Yeah, people getting really worked up about what WayForward was going to reveal during the Nintendo's Treehouse event for Paper Mario and the Origami King, because WayForward was going to announce a new game at the end of that. And then I think the funniest part is the way Nintendo phrased it on Twitter, where they said it was a new IP for WayForward, but it turned out it was not going to be a first-party game, but a third-party game. But that's ambiguous enough as it is. But it turns out it was actually a license for a toy and anime game product. Bakugan.
WayForward is the people behind the Shantae games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny, man. Like, people's expectations sometimes are just way sky high, man. I don't know what people are thinking sometimes. So
Bakugan, in case everybody knows, is like Blade Bait. It's paddle tops. That's what it is.
So people were getting all worked up.
Battle tops with Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I was snoring. What was happening?
Yeah. Okay, anything else on that, Eric?
No.
Okay.
All I know is that the game's not going to do well.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since WayForward has done a licensed game, though.
Yeah, they should just stick to the good stuff.
They probably need the money, though.
Yeah, that's true too. Hopefully they make some money. Maybe we should buy that game just to support WayForward, because they're a good.
I'm thinking that Shantae and Vitamin Connection and River City Girls drained to them.
Yeah. Okay, Break, did you have a Highscapade this week by chance?
No.
Okay, I do. You guys know Colorado's a legal marijuana state, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, would you kind of expect to smell marijuana in certain places and stuff like that? Like especially near dispensaries, right? It's kind of a given, right? You get that smell. It's a very distinct, skunky smell. So we're driving along the highway, and that smell comes into the car, and Bernie's like, "Man, it really smells like skunk over here." And I'm like, "Really, Bernie? What state do we live in again, Bernie? We live in Colorado, where they sell legal what?" And she immediately knew it was a dispensary. We had driven by a dispensary that we had driven by probably 100 times before. So yeah, it's her lack of remembering that we have legal dispensaries here. So okay, let's move on to Stinkos of the week.
Ah, what is it?
Stinko of the week.
All right, Breakman, what you got?
I got two of them that are related. Every week it's COVID, but it has to be because once again, I talked about last week how Ohio was, for the most part, Ohio was done pretty good, except for in major cities. Well, my city, my county is one of the major cities, and our county and the one next, or not the one next to it, but a little over, two counties have been upgraded to the highest level of COVID in the state, like
Oof.
on their chart, like level 4. Like we're in, like basically they're DeWine wants to make it mandatory mask wearing for everybody, but that goes into my second part of my stinko is even though like some leadership wants to make it mandatory masks, law enforcement has refused to enforce that completely.
Yeah, I'm mixed on that break, but right in the middle of a pandemic, you would think that they would at least say put on your mask. But how can they do that when they mostly don't wear masks?
Well, they should be wearing masks too.
Yeah,
that's part of the point. But they're not wearing masks, and of course they're not going to enforce. So of course they're not going to enforce other people wearing masks. But we're in the middle of a pandemic. We are still in a first wave of pandemic that's killed 130,000 plus people.
Yep, and it keeps going up every day.
The only thing that's killed more Americans is the Civil War.
Yep, and you know what? By the time this is all done, like if we don't do something, Breakman, like
we're not doing anything.
Like, how insane is it that they want to open up schools? Like, honestly, like I would think about it and I'd be like, look, schools are canceled for at least the first semester.
And this is coming from the same people that don't want guys like Roger Stone in prison because of the disease.
Right.
They want their prisoner buddies out of jail, but they want to send all these kids to school.
Right. And they don't, so obviously they don't, and this is Democrats and Republicans. It's not just Republicans. Like, I know the Democrats want to think that the Republicans are the devil and, all this, and they do a lot of stupid, shady shit, don't get me wrong. But this is not a Republican thing. This is a Democrat thing too. I haven't heard one Democrat say we should really rethink our stance on opening up schools. Not one. And that includes Bernie Sanders, who's an independent, and I'm very disappointed. Like there should be, people on the rooftop saying, let's not open up any of the schools because that's a petri dish right there.
Yeah.
So
I think people are bending these people are bending to the loudest voices a lot of the time.
Yeah. And honestly, we discussed this before, Breakman. Sports should be canceled this year, period. I don't care, football, basketball, baseball, it's
looking more and more like college sports are going to be canceled.
Yeah, they've already, the Big Ten said that they're only doing conference games, which if they're only doing conference games, then the other conferences that were intermingling with them, they got to figure something out for those games. So I'm guessing they're going to go to conference games only. But it still doesn't make sense because you got to travel. Like Northwestern, you have to travel to Penn State. Penn State, you have to travel to Wisconsin. I mean, it's I don't know, man.
I think by the fall we're going to start hitting the second wave, and I think that's going to change a lot of people's perspectives. Because there are some people who think we're in the second wave now.
No,
we've never left the fucking first wave because we were in such a rush to re-goddamn open.
Yeah.
Because paper and money is more important than human life, apparently.
Yeah, see, look, we have the technology now. Wyland in chat says they're reopening our high school, but they're also offering e-learning for those who don't want to go back into the school. And I would highly encourage anybody, if you have that option, don't go. Stay home. Throw on your computer, on your TV, whatever.
I went to a poor-ass high school, inner city, and I don't know if they would even have that ability for my high school. I hope they would nowadays, but
I mean,
goddamn, we didn't even have air conditioners when I went to high school.
Breakman, you could buy a camera for $50 now. If a teacher can't afford $50, Like, honestly,
It shouldn't be the teachers that have to pay for it.
I
though.
agree. I think the government should say, here's, allotted money for, some computer
So much money we
technology.
spent militarizing our police force instead of, educating our youth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe if we educated our youth more, we would have less reason to need militarization when they're adults.
No, I couldn't agree more, Breakman. Like, it's just, to me, it's ridiculous, man. Like we got to start thinking about these things. And, like, I'm thinking about football, Breakman. Nobody wants football more than you or I, right? Like, we're huge football fans. I love football.
God, this is going to be the Joe Burrow debut. Like, this is something that I've been waiting for, and Cincinnati fans have been waiting for since the last week of the season.
Both of
essentially,
right.
This is something we've been waiting for since December.
Both of our teams have lots to look forward to, Breakman.
Yeah.
Like our quarterbacks are, expected to do good things. I mean,
I mean, look at New England. They're probably looking forward to this more than anybody right now.
Yeah.
That should be illegal. That should be one of my stinkos too. Them signing Cam Newton, what a load of horse shit. Come on, man. It's not fair.
It is not fair, man. But you know what? Any other team could have signed. San Diego could have came in and signed Cam Newton. I could think of even
with the Bengals, they were all in for the number 1 draft pick, and they were all in for the new guy. So they weren't really in a position to get him. And let me see.
Any team was in position.
Green Bay has
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to think of his goddamn name. Like, teams like that aren't really looking for somebody, but the teams that were, like, you're right. Why the hell did they not go for somebody as talented as Cam Newton?
I mean, honestly, like or Colin Kaepernick. How about that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
a lot of talented quarterbacks get overlooked for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's really weird. But I honestly think they should just. Here's the thing. I don't think basketball is going to succeed. I think a bunch of people are already getting sick, and if you're telling me that those players are going to stay in that bubble. No fucking way. With the food that they're feeding them. Did you see that shit, Breakman? They're feeding them like canned green beans and like this nasty ass chicken and like the meals that they have. What you would expect is like some really nice chef to come in and no, it looks like worse than like elementary school food. What the players are getting, and they're kind of upset about it. Yeah,
so. I'd imagine. Well, and look, we're in 16 days. The MLB is supposed to start, right?
Yeah, and
20,
that's
26, right?
I don't understand that, man. Like they're saying, oh, well, you can socially distance easier with MLB, and I'm like, they got to grab the ball and throw it to the other players, right? You realize that, right? Like there's no. They could be 50 feet away and still catch a ball from another player, and if that player has it. That's an easily transmitted way of getting COVID. COVID is extremely contagious. That's what people aren't understanding about this. Like it's even more contagious than like the flu. So
it's mutated a few times. That doesn't help.
Nope, it doesn't help, man. And now that there's thought that it's airborne. So if you're not wearing a fucking mask in public, what the fuck is wrong with you? Honestly.
Well, we've said that before. We've thought it was airborne a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's the CDC finally saying, yeah, we think so too.
Yeah. No, I felt that way before because something that contagious kind of has to be airborne. It's weird. Freak 5 says they didn't even have chalkboards when Frank went to school. How dare you, Freak 5? You're exiled.
They didn't have chalk either.
How dare you?
I mean, to be fair.
Breakman, how dare you? Son of a bitch. You don't encourage him. What are you doing? Okay. Any other
They kept their caves warm with coal and sticks.
You son of a bitch, man. Any other stinkos, Breakman?
Yeah, one more. It kind of goes into part of my sweeto, though. So, I guess I could say my sweetos goes to the first part of our Supreme Court ruling that our president, Donald Jackass, is not above the law.
Donald Jackass, I like that, man.
They wrote it specifically saying
Donald
the
Cheeto
president is not above the law. Very specific.
Donald Jackass Cheeto. That's his name. Yeah.
I actually hate Cheetos. I like cheese puffs, like the dandy ones, or something like like them. They're soft.
Cheetos
They're
are
not
good.
crunchy.
They're just really salty, man. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're salty and they're crunchy, and I kind of don't like the crunch.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%, Breakman. That's really good.
So my stinko goes to the second part of it, is that they ruled that that Congress cannot ask for the tax refunds of the president.
Well, what they did,
And I think a lot, and what they really did was kicked it back down, saying this goes back to lower courts. But that essentially says that there's no way we're going to find out the tax refund release of the president. We're not going to get it unless somebody leaks it.
Yeah.
Not before the election, because Trump's going to do everything he can to keep it out of the eyes of the public.
I actually don't think at this point it should be leaked to the public right now, Breakman, because it would affect the election, and I don't want any bullshit from people saying, oh, that's the reason he lost. No, the reason he lost is because he's a fucking misogynist, racist piece of shit. You know,
I don't even think that wouldn't change anything at this point. I think the people who are going to vote for him are pretty much in, and the people who are going to vote for him are pretty much out, you know?
Yeah, I think we're heading for a landslide.
But then again, we got Americans are, I've said before, they've got the shortest memories on the planet.
That's true, too.
A lot of them will forget what's happened 3 months ago, 2 months ago, even a month ago, you know?
Yeah.
Especially in our daily news cycle.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of true what he was saying. I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and people would still vote for me. So
yeah, because a month later they'd have forgotten. Oh yeah, he did kill somebody, didn't he? No, I don't. That was just a rumor.
That was a hoax. That was a hoax. Yeah. Freak Five says his Sweeto, my quarterly bonus was more than twice any other bonuses I've gotten. That's awesome, Freak Five. Congratulations,
That's cool.
Man. All right, Eric, you're up.
All right, this one is a big fat stinko for the Catholic Church and the U.S. government because they lobbied to get money for coronavirus aid. Because apparently they consider themselves an essential business, because of course they do.
Yeah. That was another Supreme Court
So
ruling.
basically, not only have they made the U.S. government just completely ignore the separation of church and state, the U.S. government is now facilitating pedophiles, because that's what the church is going to continue to do.
Yeah, they get away with it all the time because all they do is shuffle priests around different different churches. So whatever. Wyland says,
well, they've since started moving into other countries.
Yeah, that too. Wyland says, how do you lose to Joe? Why'd I stop talking Biden? By default, Wyland. I mean, of all the people, like I would have. Oh, God, man. Of all the fucking Democratic candidates, Joe Biden was, like, lowest on my list, man. Like, he was...
You didn't even want to run at first.
Nope.
But people pushed him into it. Like, you got to run. Like, no, not who we want. Like, you're who we want. God damn it.
No, it's pretty bad. Like,
the establishment got their guy, essentially.
By the way, Biden is just as racist as Trump is. I hope people know that. Like, he's but he's just... a little more quote unquote civilized than Trump. You know, that's the whole thing with Biden. But he can't put two sentences together, man. It's an awful conundrum we're in, because Biden might. I mean, in all likelihood, Biden's going to be the next president of the United States, and then he's probably going to be a one-term president, and then we could have somebody worse in 2024. So I mean, it's just how it is. So. Let's see.
And then the thing that cheeses me most about this is that it's taxpayer funded.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to change.
I don't want my tax going to the fucking church.
No, never.
Well, look at how much of our tax dollars went to large corporations to bail them out. For instance, like the airlines got billions of dollars to retain employees. What did they do this week?
Treated like a business, they need to also be taxed.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. I mean, they just got ruled in their favor heavily. Like religious organizations are going to get more and more power over the years, the way it's leaning, as opposed to less.
Yeah, and it sucks because Democrats and Republicans are all over fucking religious balls, so what can you do? And it really sucks as an atheist to have that happen. It's like, fuck. Freak5 says, also, it's Micro's birthday. Send him a butt pic on Snapchat. Eric with Thak 1990. So ERIKWITHAK 1990. Send him a butt pic. He would really enjoy that. Wyland says, one term? That's generous. More like 1 month. See, that's what I'm thinking, Wyland. That's why he hasn't picked a VP, because they're trying to think, well, Biden is definitely on the decline. The VP's got to be the person that, we want. So that's why he hasn't picked the VP.
I don't know. Look at Trump. We thought he wouldn't last, and he's, we're all can't wait for the election now because of he's been there forever and no one's held him accountable.
Yeah.
They've held his hand. They've defended him. They've covered for him. It'll be the same with any of the presidents. Like, that's just the way they are going to run.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The parties are all in for the guy. Whoever it is, no matter what they do, they can't be wrong.
Yeah. Wyland says, depending on who's Joe's running mate, that's who you're actually voting for. I kind of feel the same, Wyland. I feel the same. Like, I can only see Joe Biden possibly finishing 1 term. And that's being, like you said, generous.
When you say that, do you mean like mental capacity, or do you mean that he'll die, or he'll get
honestly, I think
what do you mean?
Yeah, I think he'll step down, Breakman, because he can't put 2 sentences together, man. Sometimes he doesn't even know where he's at. It's actually really sad. His wife has to talk for him half the time. Like you could tell there's definitely something is off there. I don't want to say it's dementia. I don't want to say it's Parkinson's. Whatever it is, there's definitely something there. And it seems like it's rapidly increasing. Let's see.
Do you think the chemicals in his wig have something to do with it?
Probably, man. Freak5 says, I'm trying a new beer. Boulevard Brewing Company, Manhattan Social Club is the beer. 12.5 APV. Wow. That's
And if you're drinking beer, you're drinking a craft beer, you might as well get drunk.
12.5% at that point, don't you just drink hard alcohol, though? Like a couple shots of...
Oh, no, man. There's some really... Oh, God. There's especially dark beers at 10 and over. Oh, man. There's some really good ones.
Yeah.
Just saying. And, if you want to get drunk, those are very helpful.
I've had some of those, but none of them ever taste really good to me for some reason. I don't know. Wyland says, I think it's legit brain damage from the aneurysms. That could be, Wyland. I don't know, but do.
Here's a science fact that will probably make you feel sad, but you know what the blobfish is, don't you?
The what?
The blobfish.
That like slumpy fish thing.
Yeah, it only looks like that because of depressurization.
Oh, so it looks different when it's
tissue damage.
Ah, I gotcha. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. All right, my stinko real quick is they fucked up my window tinting when I went to get my car fixed. So now I got to bring it in to get that fixed. So god damn it, man. It's one thing after another. The good thing is I got my car back, so that's my sweeto too.
So Freak saying the wig is a symbiote creature that is keeping Trump alive. So it's Venom.
Yeah, exactly. It's
only less intelligent.
Yeah, it's yellow venom, because that's like the opposite of the intelligent venom. So it's like the de-intelligent venom. So it's the yellow venom on top of his head. Okay, let's. I didn't see a sweeto, so I don't know if you want to mention this.
No, don't.
Okay, and Break, you already did your sweeto with your...
Yeah, mine was them saying that, that he can be sued, he isn't above the law, which he isn't. It's about time somebody fucking put the foot down and said he's not.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, Dungeon. This is breaking news from Dungeon Buster. He says, so Trump just commuted Roger Stone's sentence just now. What a fuck! I mean, I guess
we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah,
he's denied it ever since it No, I'm not gonna do. You're full of shit. We know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, what an ass. I mean,
Yeah.
Roger Stone should have been in jail a long ass time ago, man. Like
Yep.
he's such a worthless fuck, man. Okay.
There are so many people who've gotten away with so many crimes just because the president's, pardoned them or commuted their sentence or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, and I'll say it again. Like the presidential pardoning powers need to be limited. I think the president should have the ability to pardon some people, but like maybe 2 a year or something. He shouldn't be able to pardon whoever the hell ever he wants because this is what happens.
Yeah, I in a way I disagree with that because there's a lot of injustices, Breakman, but this is the opposite.
Obama should have pardoned Chelsea Manning.
Yeah, absolutely.
But instead of pardoning people like that, they pardon the bad guys. Like even Trump pardoned people that he shouldn't have.
Yep,
like
absolutely.
And every president has. They've all pardoned villains, bad guys.
Yep. And
that's why I say it should be limited. If we had people who could be trustworthy, it'd be one thing. But nobody we've ever put into office can be trustworthy, apparently.
Yeah. Freak5 says, I started watching The Floor is Lava with my daughter. We are bonding over laughing at people's face planting and fall. It's really funny, man.
Is that a movie or is that a series?
It's a game show.
It's a game show on Netflix, and it's a riot. Basically, the entire floor is like this red liquid, except for like... they have like props.
Games we all play with children,
Double Dare, type of liquid stuff.
Yeah. It's real fun though. Like you're right, Breakman. It's like how we used to play
on the couch or the chair and stuff. Like you don't touch the floor because the floor is lava.
Yeah. It's exactly like that, man. But it's kind of fun because there's different routes you can go. But it's kind of a test of skill, man. Like you have to be real good climbing and jumping and like there's moving objects and like I mean it's not easy. Like it looks like it's pretty difficult to do, and you only have a certain amount of time before the 2 steps at the end like get like under lava. So it makes it harder if you don't get over to those 2 steps. So and there's different things you can do, like different props prop up, like if you find keys and I don't know. It's really interesting and fun. It's just a fun show. It's sort of like that Wipeout show, like where people would try to, like get through these holes in the wall type thing.
I might watch it, but I don't know. Like those shows never keep my attention that much.
It's really fun, man.
What's that show? Holy Moly, for instance. Like they're playing extreme golf. Like it's funny and stuff, and I'll watch it if it's on. But just I don't go out of my way to watch it.
The Floor is Lava is good, man. You should check it out, man. It's people face plant all the time, and that lava is like real slick. So like, it'll go up in the air and get on the props, and like it's a riot, man. It's fun. It's definitely fun, and every time I've seen it, like there's different props in the room. So like it'll be like bedroom themed or like Egyptian themed or like it's just all kinds of different.
Bedroom theme sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I need Frank on my team for the 2nd season. He survived his childhood playing the game with real lava. How dare you, Freak 5, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, his childhood friends Ugg and Mook didn't.
How dare you? You guys are all exiled. I'm walking off, man. Okay, let's move.
Or what were the other guys' names? I forget.
How dare you? That's what they are. All right, let's move on to. All right. Next week's going to be our 600th episode on RPGrinders, and the way we're going to kind of celebrate, I've already talked about the giveaways that we're going to do, so you're going to want to make sure and be here live. If you can't be here live, though, I will have a question that you can win a $25 gift card. But if you happen to be in chat, which right now there's only like 4 or 5 people in there, so the chances are pretty good that you're going to you got a 1 in 5 or however many people are in chat chance if you know trivia, specifically horror trivia, then you'll be good on it. And I'm not asking really hard, obscure questions. So be here next week. It'll be fun. If you're listening on archives, you still got a shot to win a $25 gift card. So that's all good. Also next week, what we're going to do is something fun. We had a lot of fun when we did our horror icon bracket challenge. I think we did that in March, didn't we, break for March Madness?
I don't pay that much attention, Frank.
But anyways, we're gonna do a different bracket. This time we're gonna have 64 of everybody's favorite cartoons, and what we're doing in free for all. In chat and between us and Breakman, I want you to mark these all down. I don't know if you have a pen and paper. Or...
God. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna come up with the greatest cartoon of all time, and the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna ask you guys to give us cartoons, and we will bracket them. Breakman will be gracious enough to bracket all them. And we will next week. They will battle it out in our free for all for the greatest cartoon of all time. We'll discuss it. We'll take chats, thoughts on things, and we'll also do our own discussion. And we will come up with the greatest cartoon of all time. So 64.
Yeah, I've already got like 100 cartoons. I've decided. I think that I'm gonna try and limit it to series instead of movies.
Okay, that's fine.
Like so Beauty and the Beast, for instance, I'm not going to put in there, even though it's a beloved movie, just because there's so many. Yeah, there's so many.
Let's see, Frank. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Frank forgot 2 because he's that old. How dare you? Dungeon says, "Yay, 600 episodes! Congrats on grinding all of those levels." Yeah, it's been a long time for a weekly show, Dungeon. I don't know how many weekly shows actually reach 600, especially neat shows like this, man. So hopefully we'll get off early enough to join you in chat. Freak 5, don't rush or anything. I'll do it towards the middle or towards the latter part of the show, so that way everybody has a chance to get in chat, and then I'll ask the question, and the first person to get it will get a free video game of their choice, as long as it's not one of those collector's edition that costs 300 or something, something like that. Let's see. It is a pandemic. Has it been 4 months or been 10? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Okay, let's start with our cartoons. I'm going to throw in a couple here, Breakman. I don't know if you have them on your list. What about Tom and Jerry?
Okay.
Is that on the list or no?
Oh yeah, Frank. Yes, okay. Definitely on the list. I've got 100, sorry.
Also SpongeBob. I'm going to throw that on there. Okay. Incredible Hulk Spider-Man Hour. Is that anywhere on your list?
No, that's not on there. I can add that. There's some I looked at. Actually, there's a lot I looked at, and I was like, I've already got enough.
Okay. Obviously, the Simpsons has to be on that list, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. DuckTales. Is DuckTales on there?
Both.
Okay. Bugs Bunny. Is that on there? Or like
I put Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Should I put? Do you want me like specific Looney Tunes?
No.
Maybe,
Looney Tunes is fine. Looney Tunes is fine. I'm good about that. What about He-Man? Is
He-Man maybe later we could do like an individual Looney Tune bracket.
Yeah. What about the fitness game for the Switch? If as long as it's reasonably
priced. That's a cartoon, sort of.
Freak 5 says Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and Legend of Zelda. I put that on there.
Oh, okay. Eric, do you have any?
There's a lot. Not all of them are going to make it on the 64 bracket.
Okay. Now I know there were some on the RPGrinders feed.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I actually wanted to bring that up. There were some on the Twitter, and these came from Slegar. He that's Slegar on Twitter. He added Dragon Ball Z, Battle of the Planets.
Okay.
Young Samson and Goliath. That's an old Hanna-Barbera of cartoons. That's different.
Yeah.
He also added the new Voltron and new She-Ra.
I like the new Voltron. I have not seen the new She-Ra, so that's.
I have not seen the new She-Ra either, but new Voltron is great. It's a complete series. The whole thing is start and finish. It's all on Netflix now. If you have a chance, I'd recommend watching it. It has a pretty good. Bittersweet but good ending. I don't want to spoil anything more. We also got from, and this is, I don't think we've ever gotten a tweet from this person, but Drinks with Josh, at Drinks with Josh on Twitter. Of course, do you want a DM or, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to read that whole thing. Yeah, but he recommended Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah. Why not? Throw that on the list. That was fun.
That's a funny ass show.
What about Gargoyles.
Gargoyles. That's got to be on the list, right?
Then I also suggest Cowboy Bebop on
Yeah.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon. Okay. Yeah.
My
Oh,
Hero
I don't
Academia.
have Sailor Moon. Hold on, I don't have that one.
Okay. My Hero Academia. Do you have that one? That's pretty good too.
Okay, I'll put that on there.
All right. Captain N, the Game Master, Freak 5 says.
What about Yu Yu Hakusho?
I didn't. I thought about that. I could put it on there.
And then there's Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I
Wyland
didn't want to put that one on there.
Wyland says Dino Saucers. Dungeon says the Mighty Orbots. Okay, yeah.
I
Animaniacs.
can't remember that one.
Animaniacs has to be on that list, man.
Mm-hmm. I already got that.
Tiny Toons. I didn't like Tiny Toons too much, but I mean, if you have room,
Dexter.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh, Dexter's Laboratory. Okay.
All right. What about Wyland says Batman the Animated Series? That's got to be on there somewhere.
Samurai
Got that
Jack.
one.
Samurai Jack's got to be on there too.
Superman.
Superman's a great cartoon for sure.
And Justice League. And Justice League Unlimited, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't think of Superman, actually. That's weird, because I thought of all the other ones. I got Justice League and Batman Beyond, but I didn't think
I'm thinking about the 90s.
I'm sorry, Superman.
Specifically.
Wyland says Tron Uprising. I'd never seen it, but I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
It's on Disney Plus. I just haven't watched it yet.
Okay. Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
That's got to be on there for sure.
Clone Wars.
Oh my goodness, Ranma. Freak 5 says. I guess we could put.
Okay.
See, this is going to be my other pick. Dungeon said it. Dungeons and Dragons has to be on there.
I got that.
All right. Muppet Babies. Freak 5 says.
I got Muppet Babies.
Bernie wanted to suggest that too, so I'm glad that's on there. Okay, what about Pink Panther? Do you have Pink Panther on the list?
Ooh, that is a great one.
I'd say
Frank. I did not think of
Scooby-Doo,
Pink Panther.
but I haven't watched enough Scooby-Doo, like all the various other
I
series.
just put the original. I didn't want to. There were so many Scooby-Doos. I just decided to put the original.
No, the original's all you need to know. Cops.
I debated like the Scooby-Doo movies. Those are pretty cool, and like they hook up with Batman and Globetrotters. But no, I just went with regular Scooby-Doo.
What about Aeon Flux? Is that on the list?
No, it isn't. I was thinking of the old MTV cartoons. But I did not put on
Beavis and Butthead.
What about Reboot?
I do have a Reboot, yes.
Beast Wars?
I've never seen Reboot.
I thought about Felix the Cat. Like, I don't. I'll put it on here. I thought about it. I also thought about Heathcliff, but I didn't put that on here either.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Godness. It says Goddess.
Oh my Goddess. Yeah. Okay. I misspoke. Mysterious Cities of Gold. Damn, Dungeon, you're reaching back, dude. Star Trek the animated series. Really, Freak 5? You thought that was that was good?
Well, I mean, Star Trek was voiced by the original cast. That's not. I mean, that's pretty rare for a cartoon back then, especially.
Yeah. Super Friends. We got Super Friends, I'm pretty sure.
Super Friends.
What about South Park? You got South Park on that list? Okay. Trying to think of some more.
Thundercats?
Thundercats, yeah.
I have Thundercats. I have Ren and Stimpy. Those are both fun.
Do you have G.I. Joe?
He-Man.
He-Man's got to be on that list somewhere.
Keep throwing them out. Somebody said Cops. I've got Cops. That's on here.
Okay. Dungeon says, hey, Star Trek animated series was really good stuff.
G.I. Joe.
Okay. I haven't watched it since I was a kid. Freak 5
I only put the original, even though there are a ton of G.I. Joe shows. I just stuck with the original. But if somebody wants another one, I can put it.
I specifically mentioned Beast Wars.
Okay. I didn't put that there.
Did someone mention Batman the animated series already? Break?
No. No,
Okay.
Nobody said that 4 times or 5 or whatever.
How dare you, son of a bitch? How dare you? Spider-Man.
Which one?
Like the old school Spider-Man cartoon.
You want the Spider-Man and Friends.
Oh, I said I already said
Spider-Man and his. Oh, you said Incredible Hulk and the Power Hour.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends. That's what it is.
Yeah. Freak 5 says Transformers. I'm pretty sure that's on the list, right? Mm-hmm. Wyland says Clone Wars. What about Clone Wars?
Got those.
What about Clone Wars?
Mm-hmm.
Clone Wars? Which generation of G.I. Joe, though? I prefer the 80s version. Yeah, I do too.
That's what I'm saying. If you have another one you like I really liked G.I. Joe Rebels, I think it was, or something.
Let's talk about season 2 of G.I. Joe, where General Hawk has a jetpack and
what about
looks all weird.
Freak 5 says Danger Mouse?
Remember when he was General Hawk was the best character in a video game? Like, you didn't get him to the last level, but he had the jetpack, and it's like, oh, fuck, man. Fuck everything else. Yes.
What about Flintstones? Do you have Flintstones on there?
I have Flintstones. I have Danger Mouse. I didn't put the new Danger Mouse, just the original.
Yeah. What about
Count Duckula? Wow, you're finding some obscure ones.
Yeah, Count Duckula.
There's a cartoon I can't find the fucking name of online. I saw when I was a kid, Saturday mornings.
Gem.
It was in the shut up. It was in the based in the future, and aliens and stuff were in it. But the plot of it, I can't really remember. But there was a guy who was in love with a girl, and human women were a rarity in the cartoon. Like that was the big plot point, is that he wanted to be with this girl, but there weren't that many girls, so she was very wanted by everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like Gem to me. I don't know.
No, I got Jim and holograms on here.
Okay.
I have Darkwing Duck.
Super Ted, Dungeon says. Jesus Christ, Dungeon's coming with
Super
some.
Ted.
What about X-Men the animated series?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay,
I thought about like the X-Men anime too.
Yeah.
Galaxy Rangers. Ooh, there you go.
I mean, I could do Jetsons, although I wasn't a big fan. What about the Smurfs? You have the Smurfs on there?
Onyx 6, there's another obscure one. Pirates of Darkwater, I have that one. Yeah. That's one of the greatest cartoons of all time. I have to have that one.
Let's see. Woody Woodpecker. How about Woody Woodpecker?
Yeah, I thought about that. I looked at a lot of those old cartoons like Woody Woodpecker and Wally Gator and
what about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I've got the original and the 2000 update.
Okay.
I should also have the 3D animated one in here too, now that I think about it.
Okay, all right.
The Nickelodeon version. I'm going to add that.
I'm trying to think. You got Ren and Stimpy, right? Stimpy, what are you doing, man?
I thought about Jabberjaw. I'll put Jabberjaw on here, I guess.
Okay.
Not all these are going to make it because I have a billion.
Yeah, no. Beavis and Butthead's on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That better make the final cut, man. That's all I'm saying.
Chilly Willy.
Chilly Willy the Penguin, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about a lot of those old Warner Brother or Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff, and I'm just like, I put Rocky and Bullwinkle, for instance, of that generation, but there's so many of them, like, they use a lot of the canned animation, and
yeah, I know.
And they're all about laughter, but they're not really funny by today's standard. Just
you got Care Bears on there?
I did put Care Bears.
You know why I like Care Bears? Not because it was a great cartoon or anything, but it had a lot of good messages for kids. That was a great little cartoon.
I get the idea. Me and Dungeon Master could do this all day.
Oh yeah, I mean, shit, we all could, man, for sure. Space Ghost. I think Slagar mentioned that.
The Alf cartoon.
Oh, here's one. What about Beetlejuice? Do you have Beetlejuice on there?
I thought about it, but I'll put it right now.
Okay, I like Beetlejuice quite a bit.
Courage, Cowardly Dog.
The cartoon was him and Olivia, or
yeah,
is that
Lydia.
Name? Lydia Dietz, yes.
Yeah.
Rainbow. I don't want to put that onto my list, you son of a.
Rainbow Bright. How dare you, Freak 5? You're exiled.
How about Courage?
Inspector Gadget. You got to have Inspector Gadget.
I have Inspector Gadget. I have Courage.
Okay.
Courage, Cowardly Dog. I thought about oh shit, what's Johnny Bravo, but I didn't put it on here. I don't know if you want it or not.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo you could put on there. I don't know how great he's gonna fare up against these other great cartoons.
Yeah, I gotta get the list down to 64. Like, this is ridiculous.
I know, it's getting.
I guess Gatchaman.
I would put a lot of
watching Gatchaman as it was released in the USS. I forget what it was called now. It had several different names.
I would put a lot of anime on there, but it kind of doesn't fit. Like I don't.
Well, I don't know. As long as we're sticking to like shonen stuff, I think it should be fine.
We could do a whole separate one on anime. Period.
Because anime is cartoon, but
Yeah, but it's more adult themed. We're thinking.
Not really. I mean, there's kids stuff too.
Yeah, there is, but like I don't know. Like I think we could do a whole new like bracket for just anime.
Yeah. I mean, for
I don't like separating anime and cartoons because anime is cartoons, but
yeah, I know.
For the sake of like not like having congestion, we probably should split it anyway.
Well, just for instance, I have 5 different Gundam shows on here.
Yeah.
I have the original, I have Gundam Wing, Gundam Unicorn, 8th MS Team, and Zeta Gundam.
I've never seen the lost episode of the Smurfs, Freak 5. I have not. Stargate Infinity.
That's not
really?
a cartoon.
What about the Snorks?
Okay, that one I stopped for a minute. Like, I've never heard of the Stargate Infinity card. You son of a bitch.
That was a game that never released.
Yeah. What about Snorks?
Oh, Jackie Chan. I love that show.
Yeah. Yeah, Jackie Chan was pretty
Well,
good.
if you want to, we can remove all the anime we have and put them in another bracket.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think we should remove all the anime and do a separate bracket another day.
Mike
I'm just throwing
Tyson's
out
cartoon.
ideas.
Yeah.
What about Mr. T's cartoon? You guys remember that one?
I do
Oh,
remember
I wasn't
that.
gonna throw names out because I was gonna let you guys do this.
Snorks? What about Snorks? No?
I remember Snorks, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can leave that off. the
I
list.
didn't like the Smurfs. The Snorks was the worst version of the Smurfs.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you said Divinity is a show. Okay, maybe.
Mike Tyson's cartoon. That's a fun cartoon, actually. Freak 5.
I think I'm thinking of Universe. Stargate
Oh,
Universe.
Infinity is a show, he said, and it was a cartoon. Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that
It
one.
was bad. Don't bother. Man.
Stargate cartoon. Okay.
Yeah, Stargate. Yeah. Shit. I think we pretty much hit.
Did anybody mention any of the turtle shows?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, that was.
I got 3 of them on here. I don't have like Rise, and I don't have the live action one.
If you have multiple ones, just put them all under one banner break.
Of course, I have the real Ghostbusters. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh shit, that was a good one. You
What
got
about the fake ghost? What about just the Ghostbusters?
Oh man.
Oh, there were the Extreme Ghostbusters. There were the Ghostbusters. There was the real Ghostbusters too.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated.
The one that's based off the live action show.
Wildcats. Oh, that was a great one.
Ooh, Wildcats was the Jim Lee property, right?
SWAT Cats.
Yeah.
No, Wildcats. It's
Yeah, that is a show though. That's the one.
SWAT Cats is, but Wildcats was comic based.
Yeah, that was Jim Lee's comic, Wildcats.
Characters like Drifter. And stuff.
Yeah. Wildcats was pretty good. Captain Planet.
Captain Planet I have here, yeah. Humanoids, okay. I didn't have that. I have that.
Do you have the Jetsons?
Yes, and Flintstones.
Okay.
Even though I can't tolerate either one of those shows.
I like the Flintstones. Okay, I couldn't stand Jetsons, so.
Yeah, like it's supposed. I hear a lot of people saying the older generation like how that was the greatest show and everything. It was always so fucking boring to me. The jokes were like old.
Do you have
for instance, and there was it was a lot of like, well, how funny is this? He hits this one button to do his job. It'd be funny if you didn't do it every fucking episode.
Yeah, exactly. What about Adventure Time?
I didn't put Adventure Time on here.
Ooh, Adventure Time, yeah. Pinky and the Brain? You got that?
I put the Animaniacs. I didn't put Pinky and the Brain.
Okay. All right. I guess Animaniacs it kind of covers.
It was part of that, and when it went with his own separate show, it was a big flop. So.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've got a big enough list. I'm looking through like. You got Avatar on there? I guess we could put that in the animation.
Oh, I don't have either of the Avatars.
Well,
actually.
leave that for the animation one. We'll leave that for the animation one. But I think we're good, man. I think we're.
I mean, you guys got any more obscure ones? Come on, keep it on the Visionaries.
Oh man, no.
Does anybody remember Cyber 6?
I do vaguely, Eric. That sounds familiar. I get the change they made from the comics, but I didn't like a few of them, like making Mr. Majestic a bad guy. Oh, he's talking about Wildcats, I'm pretty sure. here's the lost episode of the Smurfs. Is it anything special, Freak 5? Like
Gilligan's Planet. Wow, that is obscure.
that? I mean, I came up with the Spider-Man Hulk hour. That's really obscure, man.
I don't think that's that obscure.
That's
'cause
pretty.
it's on
I
Disney
mean,
Plus.
Who the hell? Really? That's on Disney
Yeah.
Plus? Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. You got Tom and Jerry, right?
How dare you,
Star Wars
Questbuster?
droid.
Star Wars droids.
Star Wars droids, you son of a bitch.
How about the Ewok show? You guys want that?
Oh God, what is wrong with you, man? Bump in the night, Wyland says. Bump in the night. That's not familiar to me.
David the Gnome.
David the Gnome. That's obscure. What the hell is that? So I don't know. I think we got Denver the last dinosaur. Ooh, that's an oldie. I don't want to say goodie, but it's definitely an oldie. So yeah, I think we got our list, man. I mean,
Toxic Avengers.
Oh,
I
the
have
toxic.
that on here.
Oh, good. I'm glad you got that on there. Yeah, that's a man. Yeah. I think we got our list, man. Break. You're gonna have your work cut out for you, dude. Like busting those down.
I already had like I said, I already had about 100 names on here, but we are splitting anime out, and I did say I was gonna stop movies too. So
Yeah, no movies.
but, well, maybe if we're gonna do anime, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Just do
I'll
the
surprise
cartoons for now.
Gummy bears. I thought it was GUMMI. It's GUMMY bears.
Yeah.
Thundar the Barbarian. I did not put that on here.
Ooh, Thunder the Barbarian.
I did put the
I got one for you.
they-
I got one for you. Captain Caveman.
Yeah, I got Captain Caveman.
Oh, okay. Right on. There you go.
The Herculoids. That's what I was saying. The Herculoids I have on here.
Yeah, cool. All right,
There's
there's
an old one.
I think we've got a good chunk of cartoons. So you can wheedle out the anime and the movie ones, break, and then you're still gonna have your work cut out for you, man. Like
No shit.
But yeah, we'll have 64.
He doesn't know either. I'm not sure. I have a Reboot on here. That's on here.
Yeah, Reboot's on there. I never seen Reboot. Is it good? Is Reboot good?
Yeah. It never properly finished, but most of it, I mean, it pretty much was good the entire run.
Okay. All right.
It was well liked. What I saw of it was good. What I remember of it, I don't. I saw it, but I don't really remember it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I got Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, how could I not have Rocky and Bullwinkle on here?
Yeah, exactly.
What about BattleTech?
Oh,
I have that on here.
Yeah. Okay. I love Reboot. Wyland says.
Yeah, like I know I liked it, but I don't really remember it that well.
What about Exo Squad?
I have Exo Squad. That's a fantastic show.
Damn, you guys, man, you got a lot. Okay. All right.
I told you, Frank. I already had about 100 on here before we did this, man.
I just made your job harder, man. You know, I mean, what can I do? Okay, I think that's it for now, guys. Let's wrap this up. Next week we're gonna have the ultimate cartoon battle to decide the best cartoon of all time, so that way we can piss off Wyland. Wyland was not happy with our horror icon bracket, man, at all. But it should be.
I had about 150 before I started.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
Before we started, and then we've added. It looks like about 20, 25 more names. Yeah,
Yeah.
about 25 more.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
that.
we got any more guys? Come on, let's do this.
Let's make his job harder. No. Okay, let's do our plugs. Make sure to come back next week. We'll figure out the greatest cartoon of all time, and I'm sure we'll have 50 million people pissed off at us. Why the hell didn't you guys make Space Ghost the number one, show? I'm like, I mean, come on, guys. This is just a fun thing. I forgot to tell you about my new tattoo idea, Freak5 says. Okay, tell us, Freak5, while we do our plugs. Breakman, plug away.
I'll say if there is one show in particular you really want on here, tweet us at RPGrinders on Twitter or send it to RPGrinders. If there's a specific cartoon you want, that, like I said, Slegar and the other guy whose name I already forgot.
Drinks with Josh and Bernie.
Drinks with Josh, yeah.
Bernie also sent you a cow. What was it? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Do you?
You're right. I did see that. I forgot. Sorry,
Yeah.
Bernie.
And also she said Muppet Babies. I don't know if you have that.
I have Muppet Babies.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why the hell?
Why the hell isn't Space Ghost #1, and why are you wrong? What if I put the original Space Ghost on here? Like, oh my god, we can have that as #1 and see how see everybody's minds really fucked up. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you'll find out next week, Wyland. You got to be here next week. So, all right, plugs, Breakman.
Oh god, those old cartoons were so bad.
Yeah.
I've seen so many of them.
Do we have more than 64 now?
Oh,
yeah. It wasn't that it was just like they had too much like canned animation and stuff like that. They would have been better if they were like 15-minute cartoons.
If there's still room, I'd mention Venture Brothers.
Ooh, I did not write. I don't know why I didn't put Venture Brothers on here. It's one of my favorite shows.
I never watched a lot of it, but what I did watch, I did enjoy.
This is one of my absolute favorite shows. I can't believe I didn't put that on here.
Or the Tick.
I did put the Tick.
The Tick, yeah, that's a good one. It will be a bookshelf with 26 books on it, one book starting with each letter of the alphabet, and each book will be represented by an image relevant to the book. Ooh, that'd be a heck of a tattoo, man. That'd be like a whole back tattoo or some shit.
That sounds like a lot of fucking work, too. Yeah. It's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah. Well, when you got big money like Freak, like you really don't care, man. Okay, let's do it. Plugs, break.
So what you're saying is Freak is a big money hustler.
Venture Brothers is a show where a season takes 10 years to make. That is correct.
Yeah. For instance, for C, it will be a spider's web to represent Charlotte's Web. That's a cool idea, Freak 5. I'd be interested to see. Like,
I'm not putting Charlotte's Web on this list.
That's a movie.
That's a movie anyways, yeah.
That's true.
Okay. All right. What you got, Break?
I already did my plugs.
Okay.
Fine. You know what, Frank? This is what you get.
Oh, fuck. I thought you were going to forget about that shit this week, man. What's wrong with you?
It was just an excuse to use harmonica.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. I'm exiling you, son of a bitch. All right, Eric. Your plugs.
I write reviews for places like BostonFastFoodBigA.com and TotallyGN.com. I never got around to writing anything this week, but I'll definitely do something tomorrow because I'll hopefully be feeling better. But I was supposed to take this morning to actually do that, but stuff happens. But if you like what I've written and you want to support me by sending me as little as $1 to my Patreon would help me out. And my Patreon is in my Twitter profile at EricRPG.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Eric?
Oh, that's it.
Okay, you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can also catch me on any of the systems, RPGrinders on Xbox, on PlayStation, and on Nintendo. I mostly play PlayStation, but I am on the other systems occasionally. So if I don't get to you right away, I will get to you. Let's see. Oh, make sure and join us next week for episode 600, our big 600 celebration show. We're going to be giving away a video game of your choice on any of the systems, as long as it's reasonable, not one of those $300 special edition deals or anything like that.
And that one's just for like the people in chat, right?
Yeah, and that's only for people in chat. So you want to make sure and be in chat. Twitch.tv/RPGrinders. And you be in chat. I will ask a trivia question. It will be an old school horror question, so brush up on your old school horror movies, and it's a very specific question that I have in mind. I don't want to give it away, so make it a little tough for people to look at Google and Google it, I guess. Let's see, and if you're not in chat, don't worry. I will ask another question. It also will be horror related, but you have a chance to win a $25 gift card of your choice. So don't despair. The first person to send in the correct answer to RPGrinders will win a $25 gift certificate, and you don't have to be in chat for that. And chatters are going to be ineligible for that $25 gift card. So, okay. Not $300, so $299.97. Wyland says, "No, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna limit it to $60 or less, preferably less. I'm not I'm not fucking rich, you son of a bitch. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna do that. We're also gonna be doing the greatest cartoon of all time. So you're gonna want to stick around for that. It's gonna be a ton of fun. We should have a ton of fun reminiscing. Not a lot of news next week. So episode 600, which I mean, honestly, there's not very many shows that have reached, especially a weekly show, that has hit 600 episodes. So it's gonna be a fun night, and we might go a little bit over, so be prepared for that. Also, I'm making an announcement here right now. I will be bringing back Grinder Dance Party, but I'm going to be doing it on Saturdays. I believe I'm going to be doing it twice, but expect at least one time a month. But I probably will be doing it twice a month on this channel. So Saturdays at like I don't know, like 8 Eastern or something, I'll be doing a 1 hour Grinder Dance Party. So that should be a ton of fun too. We always have a ton of fun with that. So there you go. All right, let's see what else. Please wash your hands, don't touch your face, stay at home if you can. You know, we got to do something as individuals to keep this pandemic at a minimum. Because obviously the government doesn't give a fuck about you or anybody else. So there you go. Anything else, gentlemen?
Have a good weekend.
I'm just going to run it for everyone. Jabberjaws is going to win. Sorry.
We'll see about that, man. Dungeon says, I hope RoboCop wins or StarCom, the U.S. Space Force. Freak5 says, are you getting Kaijudo and Pandalicious on for 600? I tried to get a hold of Pandalicious. I can't, Freak5, so it's unfortunately it's not going to happen. And Kaijudo, forget it. You can forget Kaijudo ever being on this show again.
Yeah, he does not like you.
It'd be easier to get Panda to do a bumper for the 600th episode.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. If anybody could get a hold of Panda, you know, then that would be cool. But I'm not expecting anything from anybody, so whatever.
I didn't write the Wacky Races down, but that is a great cartoon.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week for episode 600. Till then, we're out.
What about Mug? Yeah, what about Mug? What about Stealth? What else are we missing? Vince Noron? I can't think of anybody else. I know I'm forgetting people. Vice Minister been here? Hell no on Mug. You still hate Mug, huh? Okay. What about like the other guys?
Hey, look, you guys want to know the skinny on Mug? I know people ask me about Mug all the fucking time. I will never talk to Mug again, all right? And it's not my fault. I went out on a limb, all right? If for you guys in chat and for the archive list, actually, there's not going to be an archive of this, I don't believe, but I really don't give a fuck. I went out on a limb to help Mug when he came here. And he couldn't even so much as tell me thank you when he fucking left. So, fuck Mug is what I'm going to say. I probably will never talk to Mug again unless he makes an effort to apologize to me. So, if anybody's wondering, like, why I don't invite Mug on or he hasn't been on or anything like this, that's why. Like, I tried to help the guy, and he's done nothing but disrespect me. So, you know, what else am I to do? I'm only one person. I tried helping him out, and it just didn't work out, I guess. And he decided that his ego was more than, you know, what it would take for, you know, to create a dialogue or whatever. So that's, if anybody's wondering, that's what happened. I honestly went out on a limb to bring him here to Denver to start a new life, and he just disrespected me. He didn't even thank me. So, you know, whatever. I don't have anything else to say to the guy. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys in chat, thank you guys so much. You guys have been awesome. Hopefully you guys will be back here next week. You know, we'll be back then. Later, everybody.